From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Daniels Roofing, licensed, bonded, insured roofing contractor. 45 years of generational expertise, offering a variety of roofing systems in the Northstate. Composition shingles, metal, tile, fire-safe wood shingles, and spray foam roofing systems. An energy-saving cool roof, perfect for commercial flat roofs and mobile homes. With other companies, you may get a foreman or a salesman, but with Daniels Roofing, you get Daniel. Call today for your free estimate. Daniels Roofing, 3 generations working hard to protect your home and business.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Meteorologist Mike Krueger. Thank you so much for joining me here for your Friday evening forecast. Yes, the weekend is finally here. It's going to be cooler going into the weekend. Some showers possibly tonight in some areas. Some showers possibly tomorrow afternoon in some areas. More on that a little bit later. We've got the potential for more mountain thunderstorms though for next week, and maybe even some valley showers as well. More on that in their deeper dive forecast. But before we get into all of that, let's take a look at your Krueger's Quickcast for your Friday, September 5th. Tonight, ooh, it is going to be nice, folks. We're dropping down to the upper 50s, low 60s in the valley, 40s and 50s for the higher elevations, and for the coast, you've got those temperatures in the mid-50s. Very pleasant indeed. Now, out the door tomorrow morning, another cool start to the day. Look at this in the valley. Low to mid-60s, 50s for most of the mountains, including the eastern mountains where you get about 60 degrees tomorrow morning. Now, there is a bit of a disturbance off to our west that is going to be impacting our weather tonight and at least the first half of the weekend. What does that mean? Well, take a look at Futurecast. You can see overnight tonight, we've got a bit of a disturbance that, look at that, maybe a stray shower, maybe even a stray thunderstorm, although I think mainly just in the form of a sprinkle or light shower for Modoc, Lassen, and probably even Plumas counties. This is when most of you are asleep and in bed. And then you can see even on Saturday morning, extreme eastern Modoc County may see a little bit of light activity. Otherwise, you've got that fog along the coast Saturday morning. Now, Saturday afternoon, look at Trinity County and western and central Siskiyou County. We've got a line developing there that could be a stray shower or a thunderstorm, and maybe even working its way into the mountains just west of the valley as well. You can see some of that cloud cover associated with that line. And then as we go into the overnight hours, that should start to dissipate. I do expect a dry day all for everybody by the time we do get into Sunday. So for your Saturday temperatures, upper 80s, around 90 for the valley. It's continuing to see that drop in our temperatures. 80s and even some 90s for some of the higher elevations, with mid to upper 60s for the coast, really mid 60s. Here's your 7-day outlook for the valley. I think the best chance for rain in the valley will be Tuesday, but there are some areas, especially the north end of the valley, maybe late in the day, Monday night. We'll take a closer look at that in the deeper dive forecast, but you'll also notice the cooler temperatures. Monday, Tuesday, the coast, inland, chance for rain, dry by Wednesday. Maybe that chance I was talking about for Trinity County tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise, Monday, Tuesday, a chance for thunderstorms that may linger into Wednesday. Siskiyou, Modoc County, eastern mountains. So for central and western Siskiyou County, a chance for showers, thunderstorms on Saturday. Everywhere else will be dry, except for Trinity County, obviously. And then Monday, as early as Monday, Mount Shasta seeing a chance for thunderstorms through Wednesday, and we'll hold off until Tuesday for places like Modoc County and the eastern mountains. And that may linger into Thursday, by the way, for places like the eastern mountains. All right, there is a free 24-hour streaming channel that you have access to, and it is available on Fire Stick, Roku, anywhere YouTube is available, including your smart TV. I love the YouTube app because that allows you to watch on demand the latest video forecasts. So be sure to check that out, the Weather NorCal YouTube channel as well. All right, let's take a look at our fire weather forecast, sponsored by Garmin's Tractor Service, where we do have the wind pattern pretty typical. A little breezy out towards the valley, and especially central Siskiyou County, but nothing to be terribly alarmed about. And then looks like we've got more of the same going into your Sunday, although the winds may not be as strong even for central Siskiyou County by the time you go into Sunday afternoon. And the fire weather risk mainly staying within that moderate range for the valley, central Siskiyou County, and many of the eastern mountains as well. So that's good to see, but always, we can never let our guard down when it comes to fires and helping to prevent them from starting. The Dillon, the Log, and the Blue Fires are the predominant smoke producers, and it's mainly going to stay within that general vicinity, central and western Siskiyou County. Some of it lingers into eastern Siskiyou and even off to the east of that as well, but otherwise we're just not seeing a lot of smoke pushing that far. We see big plumes of smoke, especially in the overnight hours and early morning hours, but It takes a while for that to kind of transfer and kind of travel to the east, but there certainly is going to be that smoke. So you can see the spinning area of low pressure. That's going to have an impact on the weather by tomorrow. Let's take a look at Futurecast again. And here we go. You can see again as we go into tonight, tomorrow morning, a stray shower, a stray sprinkle. Nothing all that impressive, right? And then, yeah, it's showing a little bit of convective activity. I wouldn't say convective because it's not in the middle of the day, it's overnight. But we may see a stray thunderstorm. By tomorrow morning, that's all pretty much done with. We've got the fog along the coast. And then by tomorrow afternoon, look at the clouds beginning to develop. We could see a stray thunderstorm, especially north of Highway 299 and west of I-5 in Siskiyou County. But you see that line, at least of clouds, works its way southward. Could we see a stray shower in western Tehama or even western Shasta County? Sure, not out of the question. That could certainly happen. That's through Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. That lingers around. However, by Saturday night, it's all pretty much done, and I do expect dry conditions for your Sunday for everybody, including the coast, including the valley, including the mountains. Now, there may be some drizzle along the coast, but that's really going to be about it. And then by Monday is, well, the forecast model's been all over the place, but it's not until Monday that I think we can see the northwest side of the state see some of that rain. Now, this is going to be your typical system where the main front is up to the north over the Pacific Northwest, but may clip Northern California. So Del Norte, Northern Humboldt, Western Siskiyou, Trinity. But even 5 p.m., look at this. It does try to work its way into the north end of the valley. So is it out of the question for Redding to see a sprinkle or maybe a light shower late in the day Monday? Sure. But honestly, I think it's going to be a little too dry for that. And then look at Tuesday. This model doesn't have much going on, mostly up to the north. And then we go into your Wednesday, not that impressive. Now, this is a new development, and that is this area of low pressure breaking off and heading southward. That could have an impact on the amount of rainfall that we do end up seeing here, as it does eventually impact, as you can see, the Sierra here going into Thursday. But by Thursday, I think for us, we're mainly going to be looking at dry conditions. So the temperatures, yes, they are starting to drop. Not as much as we initially thought, but as this cooler air begins to work its way in by early next week, our temperatures drop. Low 80s for the valley. And as I mentioned, that's new development where this low pressure dives to the south. Now, it will moderate. This will be more in the way of mild air by the time it does make its way into Southern California. But this is also going to help to create some of that instability for some of those thunderstorms that we could see in the Sierra by Thursday afternoon. So we look at our trend, and yeah, I mean, looks very pleasant, right? Low 80s through Monday through the middle of next week. And even though temperatures are climbing, they're working their way back up, we should stay below normal by Friday and even into that next weekend. So yes, it's going to be warming up, but still below normal. Now the wave heights through Saturday afternoon, 2 to 3 feet. Let's take you into Sunday. You see how it's not changing much. So here's your neighborhood forecast, sponsored in part by Dignity Health. And in Trinity County, what we're looking at here are temperatures in the 80s now, mainly 80s, some 90s for some of the warmer spots. So there's that chance, especially north of Highway 299, but even southern Trinity County could see a stray shower or thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise dry on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday is your best chance for showers and thunderstorms in Trinity County. Here's your Dignity Health North Coast neighborhood forecast. You got the showers Monday, Tuesday. I think by Wednesday, the coast, you're dry. That's also the case for the inland areas. It's Monday, Tuesday, you've got that chance for showers and then drying up by Wednesday and Thursday, but much cooler by the time we get to those chances for showers as well. There it is, central and western Siskiyou County, a chance for showers, maybe even a thunderstorm. That would include Scott Valley, by the way. Sunday, you're dry. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I think there's a chance. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. That just means there's a chance that we could see some stray thunderstorms as well. For Modoc County, I think we're going to hold off until Tuesday before we start seeing any chances for thunderstorms. And then by Thursday, that's all pretty much out of here, as well as Friday. The eastern mountains will also hold off until Tuesday with that chance for thunderstorms, with that chance coming in on Thursday. And then by Friday, it should pretty much be out of here. Here's your Dignity Health Valley neighborhood forecast. Temperatures in the mid-80s. Look at that, mid-80s for Hamilton City, Durham. Now, again, here's what I'm calling for in the Valley. There's been a lot of inconsistency in the forecast models. Each run is different, but I'm just going to call Tuesday. Tuesday, all right, give or take on either side of that, Monday or even Wednesday. We'll see with the timing and the intensity of this. But overall, for me, my gut is telling me that this is not going to bring us a lot of rainfall, even for areas that will see most of it, such as say Delaware County, northern Humboldt, even western Siskiyou County. But there's the Dignity Health Valley neighborhood forecast to the north. Around 90 for places like Redding, 89 for Red Bluff though. And looking at your 7-day forecast for Redding, there's that chance, as I mentioned, on Tuesday. Now, for Redding, maybe as early as late Monday afternoon, Monday evening, Monday night, and then maybe a chance of continuing into Tuesday. As I mentioned, Wednesday I'm going to go ahead and dry it out with temperatures in mid to upper 80s. You're going to want to keep a close eye on that forecast for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in particular, because those are the 3 days that we're tracking all of Northern California with that potential for rain. Everyone has the different chances. Everyone has different chances for thunderstorms, how much rain you'll see. So keep a close eye over the weekend. Of course, we'll have Chase Wilson. He'll be checking in on Saturday and Sunday. Check in with him Saturday and Sunday, and I'll be back Monday morning for your latest forecast. Have a great weekend.
Fire spreads quickly. Don't wait until it's too late. Garmin's Tractor Service specializes in field mowing and light tractor work to help protect your family, your property, and those around you. We're fully insured, locally licensed, and ready to help you create the defensible space you need. Call or text Garmin's Tractor Service today. Protect what matters before fire strikes you.